My name is Axel. We have Christian. Yeah, you are Christian,
yes.
right? From Romania.
Yeah.
Michael, Vincent, and you're from?
France.
Pickle. Is that?
It's just a nickname.
We will start into the off-road section in about half an hour from here. For this model, the changing of the windscreen is here. Now the fun begins. This is all going to be good. So this is also the point where we want to switch to Enduro mode, and where the guys will do the mug shots.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
So we know who we're dealing with.
Selfie.
So the BMW just gave the Adventure treatment to its F850GS, and that means a larger fuel tank. Now we have 23 liters, some improved weather protection, some crash bars, and overall it's a more comfortable bike. And I noticed that mainly at the beginning on the highway the seat feels way better than on the old F850GS. The weather protection is better in your leg area, but I could still feel the wind over my arms and in my shoulders. And another problem that I had with the standard, the basic F850GS, was the wind noise, the wind buffeting I got in my helmet. Now we got some wind deflectors over here, and we got this adjustable windscreen. And the things are getting better. It's not perfect now, but it's way better than before, especially if you keep the windscreen on its high position. After the highway we did a bit of gravel roads. We're in Spain, by the way, in southern Spain. It's a scenic view, a very great roads. We're near Malaga. I can look at the sea from here. We're on the top of a mountain or something like that, and it's amazing. But let's get back to the bike. My first impression on the gravel, it's a bit heavier. I mean, it's heavier than the F850GS, and it feels heavier on the front because of that big fuel tank. And also, it felt a bit awkward for me at the beginning to turn the bike in tight corners on the gravel because I had to move, and it was this huge fuel tank between my legs. These are my first impressions so far. I'm gonna ride this bike for, I don't know, 200 kilometers or something this day, and I'm gonna come up with more impressions. Now we're riding a twisty and dusty gravel road in the Spanish countryside, and it looks very nice, and I'm having a lot of fun because I'm riding on the Enduro Pro riding mode, and this enables me to slide the back wheel without losing the grip. That's what I'm talking about. It's very nice that we can switch to the riding modes on the go, so you don't have to stop to go from the Enduro Pro to the road riding mode. All you have to do is to push one button, and it's very simple. I really love the throttle response, no snatch throttle. I'm in the second gear, 60-70 kilometers per hour in the mid-range. The engine pulls very nice. It revs very nice and very fast, and I must say that I like it. I like having fun with this bike on gravel roads. Yeah, we're having a lot of fun. Now we're heading to the Sierra Nevada mountain. I heard there's snow over there. I can see it from here. Oh my god, it looks very nice. It's December, we're riding in the southern Spain. It's really amazing, and it's a safe bike, and you can have fun with this bike, although it seems to be big and heavy on this kind of roads, on gravel roads. Well, I must say it's almost perfect. It's midday right now, and I got used to the bike, and I'm having a lot of fun. Actually, it doesn't feel heavy, it feels okay, it feels alright. The front suspension is still a bit soft, but that's it. It wasn't built for the racetrack. It has a decent setting, both good for road and for off-road. It's a kind of compromise between those two. It was a very nice day. It's the sunset right now. I have Michael with me, and he's gonna tell us more about the bike, because basically he's among the ones who built it, right?
Yeah, I'm the project leader, so I'm very happy that you also had a great day. So as you see, the bike, it's based upon the all sporty and dynamic off-road oriented character of the F850GS, but with the Adventure we even increased the touring and long distance travel capabilities. So we have made a big fuel tank with 23 liters. It allows you to travel more than 550 kilometers. We have significantly increased wind and weather protection. I think up here you have cold temperatures, then you already can feel it, that it has a really good wind and weather protection with an adjustable windshield and a big fairing. And yeah, we added some off-road gadgets like the engine protection bars made of stainless steel, the adjustable shift and rear brake levers, and we also have a comfort seat and a higher raised handlebar, which allows you very good ergonomics for stand-up riding position, as you could experience today with the off-road tracks. The basis and the rolling chassis and the engine is identical, is the same, and we really wanted to keep the good DNA of the base model and just increase very punctual especially topics that make an adventure for us. The Adventure is mainly really for the guys who want to have a longer distance capabilities, who go onto their holiday trip, who make really long distance road adventures. And the basics F850 is maybe more for your everyday rides and for off-road riding as well. But I think it's also good looking, so I hope that really a lot of people will switch to the Adventure, because it's the completely well balanced bike between on-road, off-road and traveling and just fun riding.
Okay, the suspension is the same as on the standard, the setup. Yeah. Same setup. You didn't change the damping on the front, right?
No, it's exactly the same. We cover a wide range of weight, from solo rider up to 2 riders and luggage. So the most weight difference is at the rear. and that's where we can adapt the rear suspension. But in the front, the few kilos you have more due to the big fuel tank doesn't affect the suspension so much that we would have the necessity to make a big change.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah, you're welcome. Have fun.
What a great day. I'm on the beach right now and I just tried this amazing bike, the BMW F850GS Adventure, the new one, which comes with a front fuel tank instead of the back one on the previous generation, which comes with a lot of new features for this year, and I must say that it's a great bike.
Everything went perfect. It was so. The bike is awesome because it's so easy to drive and so performant.
I've been impressed by the bike, to be perfectly honest. I think it's a big step over the previous model. I like the riding position. I like the throttle connection low down. When I'm sat down, I sit quite close to the tank, and I found that was getting a little bit uncomfortable by the end of the day.
Same for me.
Yeah.
Because you need to spread the legs.
Yeah, but if you move back on the seat, you find you've got a bit more padding and a bit more room. But so, you know, not a big drama. Not so keen on the quick shifter. A bit crude, a bit seems a little bit basic.
A bit rough,
a bit lumpy.
The first feeling, because he is the Adventure and he is like a big one, if you don't know, of course you know, but if you don't know, you think it could be like the 1011, not normal suspension, because it behaves so good, so well, and yeah, it's I think they've done a pretty nice work.
Why did you take the rear tank, the rear fuel tank, and put it on the front, on the F850GS?
Yes, the main reason was to get a better balanced weight distribution between the front and the rear, because with the tank in the rear, it was always a big range you have to cover between, the lightest mode with an empty fuel tank and one rider, and up to a completely full fuel tank and two riders and luggage. It all goes to the rear, and sometimes you need a little bit more weight on the front. And with moving the tank to the classic position, more to the front, we get a quite well balanced weight distribution between the front and the rear, which helps you to get more load on the front wheel and a better steering and more balanced driving behavior.
The first thing that I noticed was that, although I'm not a very tall guy, I mean I'm 174, I sit very good on this bike. It comes with a comfort seat, and it's okay, it's not very tall for me. I remember that the previous model was somehow a bit tall for guys like me. Other things that I noticed, well, is the quick shifter is not as good as the one on the big GS, on the R1250GS. It feels a bit rough when you try using it, no matter the RPM range. The suspension, well, it has the same setup, exactly the same setup as the basic F850GS. They didn't change the damping, they didn't make it stiffer, but honestly it feels okay. I mean, it's got a decent setting, and it must handle the off-road, it must handle the on-road, it must handle a sporty ride. It must be good if you're having a passenger and some luggage, and it does a little bit of everything. Of course, you might feel it a bit soft if you try to push it hard around the twisties, but I think it's okay for an adventure bike. It's very nice. Too bad that it's not adjustable. You see, because on the back you have an electronic adjustable system, you have a dynamic ESA, and on the front you have nothing. lot of you guys ask me about the weight, if it feels heavier than the basic F850GS. Yet, yes, it feels heavier, but it's not such a big issue. I mean, you'll get used to it. A couple of months ago, I traveled to Siberia on the road of bones with the standard F850GS. And if I would do this road again, I would choose this one, the Adventure one, because it comes with great comfort compared to the standard model. It comes with a bigger range, and I think this one is a better bike. The standard model is for those who want to go more often off-road or who want to use it in the city, but this one is for those who want to go touring and to go to long trips. That's all for now. This was the first impression on the BMW F850GS Adventure, but I'm gonna come back with a more in-depth review back at home.